Hello, my name is Jeff Walsh, and I am CEO of Sasser Family Companies. Been asked to answer a few questions today. So, question number one: in what ways has your company established a productive and positive work culture? You know, at Sasser, it's a lot more than the words up on a wall. It's something that we live every day, and in fact, when we talk about culture, it's really how we treat people, how we treat one another, our customers, our vendors, our employees. It's absolutely mission critical to who we are. And in fact, when I talk about culture, both internally and externally, I talk about it as our primary strategic advantage in terms of our ability to attract the right kind of people to our organization. It's been enormous for us, and in fact, we even interview for culture. Obviously, we do the prerequisite. We look at the underlying skill set for a particular functional area or in a leadership position. But then we very intentionally interview for culture. Is this person going to be a teammate? Are they going to not only ascribe to our culture, but enhance it, bring us new ideas and thoughts? So again, culture is front and center to who we are, and it will continue to be. Final point is we have 92 years of history as an organization, and this has been a central focus of our past and the Sasser family, and that support that we get from our shareholders and our board on culture has been terrific, and we wouldn't be where we are without that. Second question: what has your company done to keep up company morale during the pandemic, and how do you stay connected during these uncertain times? You know, we really have placed the well-being of our employees as our top priority right from the beginning of the pandemic. And in fact, I go back to, I think it was March 15th or 16th, where we ultimately made the decision that the entire company was going to begin working remotely. And we were able to do that within a 12-hour period. And at that point, it was something new for all of us. And so we've learned a lot since then, but we were ready. Our IT team did a great job of preparing us with the technology we need to make that happen. So the transition went pretty well. We then embarked on a number of things to remain connected with our employees. Regular videos such as these, where there are updates by myself and other leaders to the organization. We established a priority intranet site for our employees to check in on any new developments with respect to regulations at both the local, state, and federal level. So we've really been intentional about keeping our employees up to date on how we're doing, staying connected within the businesses, reaching out and asking our employees, what do you need to get your job done in a remote fashion? We adopted a theme, we're stronger together, and that's really the name of the intranet site. A lot of fun things that we've done, asking our employees to post pictures from family vacations, we even had, show us your baby pictures, some of your past athletic pictures from high school and college. A lot of fun things that our marketing, corporate communications team, and HR teams have done to keep people engaged. And so far it's working. But I'd be remiss to not say that keeping a viable culture in an environment like this is a big challenge. It's a living thing, and it's something we have to think about doing in different ways, and ensuring we don't lose that personal connection that is so important. So we're constantly looking at ways to improve it, to ensure that we have that connectivity with our employees. And it will continue to be a challenge for us as we navigate this ongoing pandemic. And then finally, a couple more. What makes you proud to work with this company? Well, so many things. I honestly feel fortunate every day to come to work at Sasser. It's a great team environment. We have a remarkable group of people, very talented group of people who are all committed to doing great things and working collaboratively. When I joined the company, I often had sessions with Fred Sasser, our primary owner and former CEO, who's really become a mentor for me over the last few years. And I remember vividly early on with Fred, he'd ask me about how the businesses are doing, how our financials were, but he was often much more interested in hearing how our people were doing. And that's so critical to who we are, and I think it's an example of why this culture has been so outstanding for a number of years. So again, that concern for our people, it starts at the top, and it starts with our ownership, the support from our shareholders, a board who supports all of the activities that make up our culture as an organization. And finally, from my perspective, the values we have, the principles we have at Sasser really align with mine personally. And so it makes it easy for me to lead in this environment. And then the final question is, what does it mean to you to be named 2020 Best Places to Work? It's an awesome honor for us to even be considered in this group. And more fundamentally for us, it's a way for us to truly measure our culture. We think it's great, we feel it's great, we hear it from our employees, but this is a third-party, independent source that reached out to our employees, independent from management, to gauge how our culture is doing. So to get that validation has been tremendously rewarding for me personally and for the broader team, our ownership, and our board. So we're very excited and anxious to hear how things play out this next Friday. And thank you very much for considering us. And I look forward to the luncheon event next week. Thank you.